On this Overreaction Monday, what would we be if we didn't say, well, Patriots are dead, Packers are dead? Ty, I'll let you go first. The Packers yesterday did not look great, but this is not the first time the Packers have looked awful in the first game of the NFL season.
Yeah, it's almost like you're just living in a twilight zone early in the season like this. You kind of just put it on repeat. Same thing happened last year. You know, it was Rodgers coming back late. Everyone said, hey, this guy fucking stinks, hates his teammates, doesn't want to be there, etc., etc. They looked really bad, and then what do? They bounce back. Water will find its level. I really did think Christian Watson dropped that wide open TD on their Packers' first offensive play of the season. He catches that. I think that game might be much different. And also, you know, I mean, Justin Jefferson just kills them time and time again.
He's so good at football.
He's unbelievable. And it's crazy that, I mean, it's not like he was making like miraculous catches either. He was wide open, no one within 20 yards of him. You'd think that they'd account for him to have a massive game. He did. It was bad from the beginning. They got a goal line. They didn't score. It was kind of like, you know, one bad thing after another happened. But ultimately, the Vikings might be very good, and I think the Packers are going to be just fine. Still think they're going to win the division.
Packers are awesome to watch. Kevin O'Connell might be a goddamn mastermind over there for the Vikings, because if you look back to the LA Rams on Thursday night, what they look?
Not
bad.
very good.
Shit.
Not very
They look
good.
bad. Hey, they look bad.
Really bad.
And then Kevin O'Connell goes to the Vikings. Guess what they look like?
Very good.
Really?
They were sweet.
Fucking really. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
It was a goddamn show. It was, Justin Jefferson's this year's Cooper Kupp. That's cool. Hey, that's a lot of fun to see.
Sure.
And if are they going to start doing Adam Thielen like Odell Beckham Jr. towards
Feels
the end
like
of the
it.
year? Feels like they're only going to.
Yeah.
The Vikings might be.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook's pretty good.
And we're overreacting because that's what we do. But I'd like to overreact to our lack of reaction to the Vikings going into the season. Now everybody says all we do is hold the Packers water.
Whoa.
That's all we do. Well, maybe we follow the Packers a little bit closer than most teams. We have their starting fucking quarterback on the show every single week. We'd be fools and rude to all sports fans if we did not follow them closer. We should have paid attention to the Vikings a little bit more. Kevin O'Connell came on the show. He was awesome.
He was.
Thielen came on the show. He was fucking awesome.
He was.
Justin Jefferson came on the show. He's fucking awesome.
True.
Kirk Cousins came on the show.
yeah.
He's fucking awesome.
Yes.
We like the Minnesota Vikings.
Sure.
Big fans. Sent merch.
Thank you.
Raise money.
Raise
Yeah.
money.
If I die, I die. Kirk said, we sold shirts, we raised money, we did our things together. We should have a little bit more respect into these microphones for the Minnesota Vikings. And I think everybody around the NFL is going to have a lot more respect for the Vikings on these microphones because of what they did just yesterday. That was awesome to watch. The Packers are going to find their stride, I think. That's kind of what the Packers do. They're young. Christian Watson gets to drop out of the way early.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to forget about this first game at all. He's going to go on to do well. That's what everybody's thinking. But the Vikings might go on to become a historic fucking team. Not only in the NFC North, but for their franchise. They looked unbelievable. Speaking of looking unbelievable, how about the new coaches?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New coaches. I think there were like 4-0 brand new coaches in new places or whatever. Total of new coaches. If you talk about McDaniels and I think Lovie Smith, who's been a head coach before, very successful weekend, like 5-2-1 or something like that. Let's talk about the Packers a little bit, and we won't be able to get you the clips that you requested to talk about the distrust probably between Aaron and the team and how they'll be able to get past this. There's just a couple of different situations we can move on. Supply chain issues between us and NFL. Supply chain.
Supply chain. You
Supply
get it.
chain.
You never know.
We get it.
It's like lead time, supply chain.
That's right.
It's all in there. We'll get it hopefully by tomorrow. You'll be able to lay it out there. But what did you see from Aaron Rodgers and the Packers aside from the same haircut you have on the starting quarterback? And is there a chance? Do you think the Vikings maybe just fucking really, really, really good? Maybe Packers still trying to figure it out. They will. Whole new cast of characters on the offensive side of the ball, everything like that. Defense is supposed to be unbelievable. Justin Jefferson had 200-some yards. Yeah. He is the new Cooper Kupp. Can't wait to watch the big brain of Kevin O'Connell do his thing with that, and Thielen being the OBJ. That offense with Cook cooking. Kirk Cousins seems to be bigger, stronger, faster, more free than ever. The Vikings just might be a team, or do you think it was the Packers? What do you think from watching that game, AJ Hawk?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, the Packers obviously did not play well, but for Aaron, you have two of your offensive linemen, two of your best guys are out. They are able to get 4- and 5-man pressure on you, and nobody's really open. Like, credit to the Vikings defense. I tell you all the time, Harrison Smith, the greatest at disguising coverages and not letting the quarterback know what coverage you may be in and where he's going to be. Also came up, made some huge tackles as well, Harrison Smith. But their whole team, like, their defense looked very, very good. Kendricks, I like a lot. I like Hicks as a linebacker too, and So Darius Smith, the revenge game, this dude was on fire the whole time, I felt like.
Did you see the clothesline from hell like he was JBL to AJ Dillon?
How could you not? I mean, come on.
Hey, did you ever do that to anybody? You ever think, you know what, I'm going to take forearm right to shoulder. I'm going up and through the neck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was a fucking and flat bump from AJ. We're talking full flat bump on the back. And then Aaron, I think he goes to throw the ball back to AJ Dillon, who's probably supposed to block and then release. But clearly, he's selling still.
Right.
You know what I mean? Trying to do his thing. He was a little bit. And then Aaron gets murdered. I mean, absolutely
From
murdered.
all sides, they all converge at the same time.
Dude, he was in the air, thank God, because that's one of those ones where if your leg's on the ground, you know, that's
I was glad he started
Miles.
rubbing his neck. Like, I'm like, all right, good. It's not his head, or it was his head, and he's faking a neck in.
Smart.
oh, stinger, yeah.
No, it was definitely his neck. You could tell and how he was hit, but yeah, I don't know. I was glad he didn't stay down. I'm glad he stayed in the game.
How do you feel about him trying to block Darius Smith on the way out there? You loved it?
Awesome. Why not? Give him a shot, man. Why not?
Yeah, Aaron just wanted to feel alive.
Yeah.
You know
Wake
what I
him
mean?
up a little.
I'd pick somebody else, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he could have also could have done a little bit more side with the hand if he wanted to. I like the fact that you could actually see in the one shot of him going, well, fuck it. Here we the full body
Throwing shoulder.
into it. And then how about Za'Darius flexing on him? Aaron, couple stumbles, which by the way, I couldn't get down and
You're trying to get up, but your momentum's still taking you the other way. Like I was like, oh, yep,
his soul was into the fourth dimension going this way.
As he's laughing too, kind of laughing, trying to get up.
Yes. And Stairs is flexing in his face. Can't wait to talk to him tomorrow about that particular play.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, yucking it up we're going to have tomorrow.
Yeah,
with that.
sure.
And it seems this is the third season of ART. So you'd think people would learn by now. Got a lot of tweets last night like, Aaron's not showing up for Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. It's like, no, that motherfucker will sit in the pocket. Now, we might ask about a situation, and we've learned from season 1 and season 2, there's a chance that convo will go a different way.
You never know.
And I'm not going to say, hey, shut the fuck up. I want to hear about blah, blah, blah. So people are going to say that I gave him an easy way out. We will bring up everything tomorrow. How the conversation goes, excited to see. He talked after the game. He said, there's going to be some growing pains. It felt like he was very, I don't want to say grounded.
He mentioned mental mistakes, didn't he?
Yeah. And that's and LaFleur too was doing you gotta fucking.
Yeah.
They did slow-mo on that. And then Aaron on the sideline with this fucking number here with fucking.
Tom Clements, he's sitting next to Tom Clements, his quarterback coach, that came back to the team this year. Tom is great because Tom is such a calming influence. Tom doesn't sit there and freak out, doesn't yell. He's very, very cool, calm, and collected pretty much at all times.
Yeah, fucking right, dude. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, man. Sounds like it. By the way, game's just getting started. There's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
You don't know this yet, but there's a lot more where you were
more of
just
those.
what you were just motherfucking about. Yeah, it's going to happen probably next 2 or 3 quarters. Yeah,
a lot.
Just go ahead and buckle in for that one, pal. It should be a blast. And on the flip side, the Vikings, bro.
Yeah.
Ty Schmidt, owner of the Packers. You said at the beginning of the season you thought there's a chance the Vikings sneak into the playoffs. And if the Vikings get in the playoffs, who knows? Kevin O'Connell might be a mastermind. Kirk Cousins playing better than ever. And Justin Jefferson's going to be grittying in every single ballpark he steps into this year multiple times, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it, like him being the Cooper Cup. Like, he's unbelievable. And I think people also forget how good Thielen actually is. Thielen was the guy there for so many years, and then they got Justin Jefferson. And then Dalvin Cook in the backfield. If Kirk isn't turning the ball over, they're going to have a good chance to beat the way their defense played too. And I do think the Vikings will make the playoffs. I still think the Packers are going to win the division. I mean, same thing happened they looked worse last year than they did yesterday. But yeah, I think maybe part of it too is, I mean, I don't know how much guys are actually hearing, but everyone's talking about how good the defense is, It was it was almost primed for for them to kind of just let everyone down.
Oh, come back down to earth.
Yeah, pump the brakes a little bit.
All right, excited to see how that pans out. Congrats to the Vikings. We like Vikings players around here. We just so happen to speak to the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers every week. Lucky to do so we pay attention to them a little bit more. They've had your number for some time.
Yeah.
But the Vikings were awesome.